for tuning in to Sundays at the Square. We had to pay a few bills, but as you all know, if you are just tuning in, we are talking to the executive director of CASAof Bell and Coryell counties, Miss Kelly Hardy. Lord, can't talk right now. Miss Kelly Hardy. She's an amazing woman, and she has been talking to us about what CASA is. Real briefly, for those who may just be tuning in, can you let us know what CASA is?
CASA is a court-appointed special advocate. That means that's a community volunteer who's come into my office and said, hey, I need to help the children in foster care. I want to assist. And when they do that, I have to look at them and say, are you ready for 30 hours of training? Because we give you 30 hours of training to understand exactly what the system is, how the courts operate, how the Department of Children and Family Services operate, how we meld with those two items, and then how you go out into the community with your foster child and literally journey through the foster care system with that child to take on all agency issues, medical issues. You encounter educational issues, and you work with the foster parent who handles the child to make sure what we do is ensure that all of the rights of the child are provided to them and that they're not lost. They're not dropping through the cracks. They're not moved from home to home to home, and this particular issue regarding their education gets missed. We make sure that we have that consistent connection with that child in foster care, and no matter where they go, we let them know no matter where you go, we will follow you.
Absolutely.
So that they are aware that they're not lost, isolated. I think that's one of the terms that I think a lot of our children will talk about is a level of isolation because they've been moved from, as you've indicated earlier, even though it was an abusive home or even though there was a high level of neglect, they've been moved from all that they know and the only thing that they know. And now they've been transported out of, maybe in the middle of the night, could be early in the morning, could be in the middle of the afternoon. And I mean, it's so abrupt. It's
not like they have any knowing. They don't. So literally their world shifts in a moment. Right. And that is something that people, I think, really need to take into consideration. One of my very best friends, she was in foster care probably from age 9 to about 13 or 14. And so she talked to me. I remember even in our friendship, there'd be times where if I didn't answer the phone or if I wasn't, readily available, I might have been busy, I might have been doing something, she would get so upset and so frazzled because she thought that I wasn't her friend anymore, or that something had like shifted, or that I was just dropping her off. And I'm like, no, it's not like that at all. I was just busy, you know what I mean? And I think that it's very important for the children to have an advocate for them because, you have things like behavioral issues that come up. And then teachers or people that may not understand what they're going through, they'll just say, oh, that's a bad kid. And, and we're just going to label him or her as that because we don't really have time to be dealing with all of this other stuff. You get what I'm saying? And so when you have someone like a CASA advocate, someone that's there for you, someone that loves you and that it has your best interest at heart, that person can see through all of the smoke and mirrors and be able to get down to the nitty gritty. I love that you said that one of the things that they may be able to help assist with is helping the child find counseling or mental health things, because this stuff is traumatizing. Right. People deal with trauma in many different ways. And when you're a child, you don't even have the capacity to understand everything that you're going through. So you may develop some things that are not healthy to cope. And then what happens is we see this perpetuation of a cycle. So you see a lot of these parents that are having issues, they've had these kids, but they had issues and they didn't have what they need growing up. You get what I'm saying? They didn't have an advocate.
You see, you need to come. She's coming. She's coming, okay?
They didn't have an advocate.
She's going to become a volunteer. I have her already, all right?
Yes, but, they didn't have anyone to come and to go to bat for them. Me being a mom myself, there are certain things that I'm very adamant about when it comes to my children because I didn't have certain things. I didn't have certain, people going to bat for me. So when it comes to my children, I'm very involved in their education. I'm very involved in it. And I would love to become a volunteer.
Okay.
So, that's absolutely an amazing thing. And I think that it's a really important thing. We talk about violence in United States or in the world abroad, but even in this area, we have a high level of violence. We have a high level of crime. We have kids that are committing more and more heinous crimes, and they're getting involved in things that are. It's not just I wrote graffiti on a building. Now I'm hurting people. And then we say, oh, these kids are so bad, this generation. And we complain, but we're not really looking at what is the root issue, what is the cause of this. So what you are doing, I commend you.
Well, thank you.
And I thank you so much. We need more volunteers. We need more people to come in and to get involved and to really be committed. It's a labor of love, but it takes a village to raise a child. If we want to see some change, we got to quit complaining about it, folks, and we have to actually get out here and do something about it. So I want to segue, and if you're just tuning in, you're tuned in to Sundays at the Square. I am your host, Toni Ringgold, and I am sitting here with the executive director of Bell and Coryell County. She is the CASA executive director, and she is talking to us about how to become a volunteer advocate for a child within foster care. You will actually be court appointed, and that's Mrs. Kelly Hardy. Woo!
Yeah, thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
So with all that being said, and if you missed this interview, you really need to tune into it. You can go on to My B106 on Facebook. You can see the live video there. You can also go on to myb106.com and hear this interview via audio in the car, wherever you go. And also, of course, we come on every Sunday. But I want to kind of segue and move real quickly into the events that you have going on, because see, community, this is how community you can become involved. So what are some of the things that you have coming up?
One of the things we have coming up right now is called Casa by the Pool. We have a in fact, I even have a flyer here. Let's see if I can pull this out. See, don't you want to be by this pool? I think you do.
Yes, it's at the La Rio Mansion.
Exactly, in Belton. It's $20 for you to go come involve yourself with us. See our donors. We've had donors with us since our inception, and we want to thank them for coming and for providing for us, and would love for you to come and see exactly how CASA impacts people from a donation viewpoint as well as from a volunteer viewpoint.
Yes.
You don't think that you want to volunteer, please consider donating to CASA of Bell and Coryell County. We are growing. We have had larger and larger classes as we've gotten out into the community, and it's been events just like this that have resulted in us finding more and more volunteers and being able to support them in terms of educating them, training them, and then some of this travel mileage we can get back if we are capable of being able to support them in that financial way. Absolutely. And it's through the dollar bills that we do that. We also have Casa on Main coming up during child abuse. The Child Abuse Awareness Month is coming at us, folks, and that is when we do try to get.
Is that the month of April?
That's the month of April, and we're trying to get out there and make sure that everybody is aware of how they can help and identify abuse, because sometimes our little children do not want to tell, and that takes an adult or somebody else to say, "Hey, I think something bad is going on." So Casa on Main is going to be a food truck event. We have the Potato Wagon, Pig and Pickle, Echo and Queso. We have a bunch of individuals who've given us face painting, tap art. Jeff Hapke's going to be a bubble magician. So we have all of those individuals there. But let me go back to the one that's coming up that we really want to have you come in and enjoy, which is La Rio Mansion, the Casa by the Pool. We have multiple people who have given us Wing Places providing food. That's Mike Dent. Lily Sweet Treat, Everlasting Designs is doing things. We have auction baskets that are going to go off, which is a limo basket, a tea and coffee basket, a wine basket, and Shade Tree Wine and Bistro wine basket. So I want to thank all of the people that are sponsoring us right now. We have multiple sponsors coming out, especially Scott and White Community Benefit. This is a great group that has always assisted us with our events, assisting us again this year.
And I have to say, I'm really excited because yours truly will be singing. I'm going to be providing the entertainment that night.
That's exciting.
So you want to have some jazz, some fun music, and just really enjoy yourselves. Make sure, I want to make sure that you guys know attire. It's preferred or appreciated. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. But if you got that cute little cocktail dress that you want to put on, this would be the time to put it on.
Oh, I think you're going to enjoy it. Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous there. It's in a beautiful setting.
Yes.
And I think if you're just looking to have a nice evening out to hear about what wonderful people do for children in our foster care, because I will tell you, that's where I'm going to talk about some of my fabulous volunteers who I've never seen such beautiful hearts in my life. And so it's just my pleasure. It's my honor to get to work with all of the volunteers at CASA and to do this activity for our children in foster care who literally light up when they see their foster parents, as well as when they see their CASA volunteer. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Well, guys, listen, you have a lot of information here. So if people want to get this information, how can they reach you, Ms. Hardy?
They can reach me at our Facebook. We also have a website, CASAbellecoryell.org. Definitely our Facebook. Join us, tweet us, do all of that fun stuff. We have all of those different social medias, but direct line to us, you can give us a call at 254-774-1881. That's 254-774-1881, and we will set appointment for you to come in and take a look at our operation, have you in just to see orientation. We're doing informationals all the time. So we are located downtown Belton at 112 North Main Street, downtown Belton, if you want to come in and just see our offices and just get an idea of what it is to be a CASA volunteer.
Absolutely.
We have brochures. We have multiple ways to reach out to you, but our need is for you to reach out to us. So we are setting things on our Facebook on a constant basis for informationals and orientation. We just started a class. Okay. We do makeup classes, so if you think you're a little late, you're really not. Come on down.
Wow, y'all listen. There is no room for excuse, folks.
We don't lose people. We want to keep you in, and we definitely want you to enjoy what it is that you can give back to a child in foster care. Absolutely. During this period of time in which they're under the court observation along with CPS. So I just want to thank you for having me. It's been fantastic.
It has been nothing but a pleasure. Guys, I want to remind you again, on March 23rd at the La Rio Mansion in Belton, that's 4501 Dice Grove Road. And that's Belton, Texas, 76513. This is Casa by the Pool. It's going to be a night of music, wine, and hors d'oeuvres while supporting a worthy cause. Here you can learn all about becoming a volunteer, or you can just come and donate. You know, some of us, you may be too busy. You might not be able to take on that level of commitment, but even just to donate to this cause, what I want to absolutely guarantee you is that CASA is extremely transparent, and everything that you give is going directly back to CASA. You don't have to worry about anybody pocketing any money. This is going back to this organization. This nonprofit organization is national. It has been it has been around since 1976. So we're not just talking about something that just started yesterday. Right. This is very established, and we want you guys to get involved, to stay abreast. Go follow the Facebook page, CASAof Bell and Coryell counties. Find it on Facebook. Let me spell Coryell. That's CORYELL. So CASAof Bell and Coryell counties. Make sure you go follow it on Facebook. All of the events and different things will be up. Have a bunch of events. And also for my live viewers, if you see I'm wearing a KZ Frazier Drama shirt, I want to mention this real quick. So we'll definitely be having Miss Hardy and Miss Carrie back through periodically, because you know how I am. I love making those really good connections. But they are going to be doing a stage play called Behind Closed Doors. And what it's going to do is it's going to really highlight and bring a light to what goes on behind closed doors during abuse. And that's going to be at the Viva La Arts Center on April 28th at 4 p.m. You don't want to miss that. Again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Sundays at the Square. We love you. We love you. Follow your girl.
Please come and see us at Casa by the Pool, yes. 5 to 9 on Friday the 23rd. Yes. We would love to have you.
Yes. And also remember, guys, you can follow me on Facebook, Toni Ringgold. That's RINGGOLD. You can find me on Instagram. Also, make sure that you go and like the B106 Hip Hop and R&B page on Facebook, and also go on myb106.com. You can be able to see this interview or hear this interview and other interviews. Again, thank you. We love you.
Oh, thank you for having me. This has been fantastic. And thank you for you listeners and those of you who are thinking about being volunteers. Stop thinking and come on down and see us, please.
Come on down.
We need you. We have 586 kids in foster care right now. 586 kids in foster care. There's at any given time 1,000 of them in placement. We serve at this point in time 250 118 of them. That's not enough volunteers.
That's not enough. That's not even half.
I have 71 volunteers doing all that work. Please help us with the heavy lifting and get those children on your mind and come on down and see what it is to become a CASA volunteer.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. You have a wonderfully blessed day. And remember, there's enough sun for everyone to shine.